What's up guys, Vacuum Verdict here. Well, in today's video we're going to do a vacuum saved. It has been a while since I've done a vacuum saved, and here we have another. So these machines have been accumulating for about a month now, and I've gotten a few more, so I finally figured to do one. So you can see we have a pretty decent selection of machines. Some I've been wanting, and some that I'm probably going to sell. So we'll start with this rainbow, which I forgot the model number at the top of my head, so I guess we'll look at that. It's on the other side here. So it's a model D3C. I'm not sure how to date a rainbow, so if anyone knows, that would be nice. So I believe this is a early 80s from what I was told model, but I did clean this one out best that I could, and as soon as this video is over, I'm going to list it up for sale because I'm not interested in rainbows, not even the old ones. But there's their old plug. Plug it in. All right. Doesn't sound the best on wind down, but for how old it is, I think it sounds decent. So, for anyone who wants to restore one of these, or wants this, I will put it up on eBay. So, it's in pretty decent condition. Obviously, it did not include a power head or none of the wands. It's just the upholstery brush and the crevice tool. So go ahead and move that one out the way. So this Kenmore, oh, and by the way, I got this one from Sears. I think it was about $25, which is honestly a bit much for this, but anyway. We have a Sears Kenmore, one of the last good Kenmores, arguably, maybe. Honestly, I don't know why I bought this one either. Probably just going to resell it or replace my blue one. I don't know. I do like this sort of bluish white color scheme it has, which I think is pretty cool. And oddly enough, it was priced at $35, which I did not pay that much for. I actually got this for $12 after talking them down. So, especially since it is missing the power head, obviously. And I believe it's missing, it's missing its accessories. I do have a set of attachments I can add to this that should fit, but it does have the power mate, which is nice. And this is exactly how I received it. There's what the inside of that looks like. Not too bad, honestly. No bag, obviously, so I'm not going to run it too long. It's in there. I did examine the cord. The cord's in pretty good condition. And this filter obviously needs to be changed. It's pretty bad. I do have a spare one of these filters. I actually have a set of these filters because I keep, for some reason, finding Kenmores. So, sorry, I'm going to set down my camera for a second. My phone. Anyway, I think the sticker's at the bottom. So it's model 116-256-14506, and the serial number is M70991230. So if anyone can make out a manufacturing date, please let me know. I'm guessing that M7 is going to be 2007, but I could be wrong, so anyways, we're going to run this. Now, I obviously tested this before I bought it, and it does not sound the best. Here it is. So, maybe a bearing problem, a fan issue, I'm not sure. If I could take this hose off, there we go. Not the best sounding, but it does work. And honestly, that attachment alone made it worth $12. So even as a parts machine, if I can't repair the motor, I still think that was worth it. So, alrighty, now we can move on to the uprights. So I guess we'll start with this one here, since I got this along with that Kenmore, the same Goodwill. And this was also priced at $35, well, $34.99. And again, I talked them down because the pedal on this is actually missing, drive and neutral. And the brush roll is completely shot, as you'll see here. If I can tip this over. Yeah, there's almost no bristles left, so it's not good. The belt does feel like it has good tension, and it looks like they set it to 3, so I'm assuming they knew that this brush roll was wearing out. So I ended up getting this for $12 also, because I got 30% off on both, so that ended up being $24 in total. So that was $12 for each of these. The only cosmetic, I guess, damage besides the missing part there and the worn out brush roll is the bag does have a hole right here. That's not a huge deal. Now, surprisingly, it does have a brand new, pretty much unused, genuine Kirby HEPA bag in it, which is kind of interesting. So that's nice. The cord is in really good condition, as you can see. And the wheels don't look too bad either. Could be worse. So, I believe Kirby puts their date codes right here, yep. So let's see, 499-1010788, so I think that is October 1999, which is very early for a Kirby G6. So I believe that's the year that these came out, and then I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I think they discontinued these in 2002. And then that's when the Ultimate G came out, or the G7. So it's kind of interesting, but anyway, we'll go ahead and get this plugged in. And we'll see how this one runs. Honestly, that doesn't sound too bad. Obviously, it's stuck in drive, so the tech drive actually does work. But again, I am going to need to get that drive and neutral pedal for it. So for $12, again, even if it was too far gone, the cord, the motor, and, you know, even the light works. So let's check the fan. See what condition the fan is in. Honestly, that does not look too bad. Obviously, I can't see the whole thing, but judging by how the front of it looks, that looks pretty good. So, and again, yeah, that brush roll is in desperate need of replacement. But overall, not too bad. So this can definitely get restored for $12. That's not bad. And then obviously just need to get the drive and neutral pedal and a brush roll and probably polish up the aluminum and we'll be good to go. So it's Kirby. Now the Windtunnel Deluxe. So this machine I got from another vacuum collector, and it is in very nice condition. Came with all the attachments, which is nice. Now unfortunately there is one problem. The part up here broke off during shipping, so that's not good. The little pin that sticks in there snapped off that part, so I do have that part. But I'm pretty sure I do have a spare one of these off my Windtunnel Plus that I ended up parting out for having a lot of problems. So I'm pretty sure I can easily just swap those parts and it'll be good. So I did check the cord. The cord is in great shape, other than being a little dirty. It has both wands and the stretch hose. Obviously it does have a bag in it due to this very beautiful translucent red color, which I really like on this machine. Looks really cool. So there's the bag. I think it is a Type Y bag. You can see it is a genuine Hoover bag, so that's pretty nice. The filter doesn't look too bad. Could be worse. Two hands for this. The exhaust filter doesn't look bad. Obviously that needs to be replaced, or I could just wash it. We'll see. Don't think you can get exhaust filters for these, but I could be wrong. So yeah, it's got the embedded dirt finder. Check the brush roll. Okay, doesn't look too bad. Bristles are actually in pretty nice shape. So we'll show the sticker here. Gotta flip it the other way. So it is a model U546-900, and serial number is 1001000, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna say, I think the third and fourth digits are the year, so I'm gonna say 2001 is when this was made. See, the high adjustment wheels are not in all the way, so I'll have to take this base plate off and reset that, but that's pretty easy. It has a side groomers, I guess you can call them. These were missing on my Windtunnel Plus that I got last year, so it's nice that this one has it. So let's get this plugged in and see if it works, which obviously it should, but considering I got it from another collector, runs very well. So, and the brush roll was bogging down a little bit, but not too bad, so the belt might be okay for a little bit longer. Has good suction too, so that's nice. So yeah, definitely very happy to have this. This is a machine that I've been wanting for quite a while now because I really liked my Hoover Windtunnel Plus that I had, again, since last year. But I always wanted the version with the stretch hose and the gimmicky dirt finder. I don't care for the wide path, but I do like this translucent red color. You don't see them in this color every day, especially with how uncommon they're getting in this color. You usually see them in like maybe the burgundy color or the blue, green, but not the red very often. So set that one there. Moving on, got this one also from the same collector I got this Hoover. This is a Eureka Whirlwind self-propelled. So I've always wanted one of these. This one I did do some work to. There is the brush roll. It does have a new belt on it because the original one was pretty worn. So yeah, it does have the crevice tool, the dusting brush, and both wands. It's missing the combo tool, not the combo tool, but the stair tool, but I do have one of those, so it's not a big deal. And you can still get them. The HEPA filter is due for replacement. It's obviously pretty bad. Set this down for a second. It's in. There's the sticker. This is the same one that I did a very quick video on. You can see the model number is 5197. The serial number is 03460133329. So I'm going to say 2003 because I think the first two digits are the year on Eureka vacuums, at least the older ones. So this one's also in pretty nice shape. I did have to clean up the handle, dust it off, and let's see if I can do this with one hand. There we go. So there's the dust cup. I did replace both filters because I had a set on hand. You can see they're already dirty, which is not a surprise because of how inefficient the cyclone is on this machine. So yeah, no headlight on this model. It's a self-propelled one. So the cord on this is in pretty nice shape. I don't see anything wrong with it. Let's see how well this works. So that runs pretty well, considering it's a early bagless Eureka. Not too bad. I did also grease up the bearings in the brush roll because one of the bearings dried up, so. The self-propel works very well on this too, so that's good. Lastly, the Dyson. This is a Dyson DC33. Never had one of these before, so this is kind of new to me, although I did do some research online and from other videos, so I do know a little bit about this model. This was at my local Habitat for Humanity. It was, well, Not $65, but $55 after a discount, and that was obviously too much for this machine, but considering it came with all of the attachments, it's in very good condition. The clutch on this is also working. I thought it was not a horrible deal, considering that usually these have the clutch problems. So, yeah, go ahead and examine the hose. I believe this is a late 2010 model. I could be wrong though. But let's see. Hose looks okay. Obviously, I'll obviously have to examine it better for any splits in the hose, but it looks okay. It's got the wand cap. So there's the bin. Probably have to clean out the cyclone like you commonly have to do. Not too bad. Let's see, this should be the exhaust filter if I can get it. Hold on. Okay, let's see what condition this is in. It's not too bad. Probably replace it though. So, it's not too bad, honestly. Could be worse. Let's see, looks like we got another filter here. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that's clogged. Looks like it would be sawdust or carpet powder, something like that. Very common. So I'm gonna guess that they probably gave it away or donated it because the filter's clogged. That's super easy to fix. Let's take a look at the brush roll. And oh, that doesn't look too bad. It actually looks decent. I'm guessing it's spinning super freely because it's in the upright position, but yeah, that doesn't look bad. Obviously need to clean it some. But like I said, the clutch did work, so that's good. So let's go ahead and plug this in. It has this really weird clip on the cord instead of on the actual plug. Alright, it's set to carpet. Let's see what this does. Yep, that is one clogged Dyson. Let's see, maybe it's just a cyclone. A little bit better, but obviously the filters are probably the culprit, so yeah. This is one that I'm just probably going to resell. I'm not a huge fan of this model, but it's not too bad. I just want to find a DC07 or something like that because I find those to be a little bit more interesting. So that is the Dyson DC33. Obviously I'll wrap that up better off camera. So overall, not a bad selection. I'll probably get the Dyson refurbished, sell that, keep the Eureka, keep the Hoover, sell the Rainbow. I don't know what I'm going to do with the Kenmore yet. And maybe keep the G6, I'm not sure yet. I'm not a huge Kirby person, but not a huge fan of these, but they're alright vacuums, they're not horrible. Just not my favorite. So there you have it, that is vacuum saved.